Hi everybody, it's Carrie and welcome back to another video. It has been a hot minute since I have done a what I crocheted in a week video, and let me be honest guys, I have been doing so many pattern tests recently that I feel like my time dedicated to making like small items, market make items that you guys typically would see in like the what I crocheted in a week videos has just been not really there. I've been doing so many large projects. If you guys are interested in seeing those, I will have a video out like at the end of the month like I did this past month, where I basically just went over all of the pattern tests that I did. I honestly, going into this month, really did not have many pattern tests at all. I was like, oh, it's gonna be pretty calm. I'm just gonna work on like other things. But I've definitely picked up on the pattern test. Look at this little cutie that I just finished up the other day. And I've got, I know 2 more still on my books and everything as of right now. I do think I'll probably still do like maybe 1 or 2 I might apply for the rest of the month, but I have been reading everybody's comments. It seems like a lot of people really enjoyed the horse pattern that I had made and I was gonna give up on. And a lot of people seem to like enjoy it and everything, so I am going to revisit that pattern. So I'll probably take a little bit of a step back from just doing as many like pattern tests so I can work on that pattern as well. And then of course my time, I've been working a lot on the secret project that's not so secret because I've already talked about it, but I feel like I'm just getting used to trying to balance things, because like some days it's like I can crochet as much as I want, other days I need to do like a lot of admin work with that and talking to manufacturers, talking to the shippers. Honestly, it just is like day by day. It's kind of all crazy. I am also going to be, let's see, today's the 16th, so I'll also be moving out of 2 of the stores that I have been in for the past 6 months, and so I'll only be in 1 more store, which will be great. It's a store close to me. The people are super nice. They're really easy to work with. The traffic flow is just like just enough to make money, but also not necessarily where it's gonna be like an extremely stressful situation where I'm like constantly trying to keep up with it. It's just gonna be a nice extra little thing. And so I've kind of slowed down making certain items for markets just because I'm not 100% certain what stock I'm gonna be getting back from the stores. I guess I'm gonna see, you know, once I bring all the plushies home, and then probably I will look through it, decide, do things need to be donated? Like sometimes stitches get pulled loose a little bit, and so they're not bad items. They're just items that I'll end up donating so somebody else can have them and not have to pay and everything. And then I'll also see what my numbers look like afterwards, because I'll probably take some of those items and also give it to the other stores. So I'm kind of like certain items like turtles, whales, things like that, I'm trying not to do a ton of just because I'm not certain what I'm getting back. So we're gonna see about that. I do have a couple items to show you guys. I want to be 100% honest. I did not crochet this all in the past week. This is probably the accumulation of like a lot of small items over the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know. Just because it's like I said, I have been so busy with pattern testing, and a lot of the pattern tests that I do apply for are more intricate pattern tests, like patterns that require a lot of sewing, larger patterns. I feel like pattern testing gives me a really good excuse to make complex pieces because I know if I'm gonna do market prepping, I'm like, I need to go for like uncomplex pieces, things that are easy to price. So I just have some items, most of these items I'm pretty sure you guys have already all seen before. The weather is really like interesting here today. We just had really bad storms this morning, so it's starting to rain. That's why it got dark, and if you hear rain, that is why. I don't even know what Georgia's weather is on, but let's go over some of these items. I will be attending hopefully my first market in April. I have been going back and forth about doing a March market, but honestly, I don't know. I don't think so. I was contemplating doing it because I was like, I really need the money. Then at the same time, I was like, I don't really know. March markets, at least for us, can be so hit or miss. The March market I did last year, the weather was horrendous. I feel like once you hit April, the weather in Georgia starts to get better, but March is one of those months where it's either like really, really cold or it's not cold, but it just rains all the time. Last year, I did an outdoor market in March. It was my first one of the year and it was like 40 degrees. It was 30-mile-per-hour winds. Hens were flying everywhere. I mean, it was just like, so I kind of decided, it was like, I'm not gonna do a March market. But I've been going back and forth with the fact that I'm like, I should do a March market. But I'm gonna try and hold myself not to. I definitely think I have the stock, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. So hopefully, I have not heard back from the market people. They tend to just be one of those markets that's like really slow with relaying information, but I did all of their markets last year. I did their market, a previous one, the previous year, but I will show you guys what we have. Not a lot, like I said, but I'm starting to get there, and I do have a few customs that I do need to pick up after I finish these pattern tests. Not a lot. I don't even know. I'm just gonna hold the box in my hands. My squeaky chair, y'all already know. Let me drop you guys a little lower. So the first thing I have is this wolf. Now this wolf is by Madeline Mayco, and I'm pretty certain it's one of her patterns that you can still get. I know that she was retiring a few of her patterns, but I do believe this is still one that you can purchase. Whoa, the wind is going. I'm kind of low-key waiting for a tree to fall. We have had 8 inches of rain the past 2 days. You know, it really wouldn't take much for a tree to fall, so sorry about that, guys. I have this one, and this pattern also has the fox variation. So I went ahead and made both of them. I know this camera is kind of making this look like black. It's brown. It's just dark brown. And I made both of these guys in Premiere. I just think that if I did it in Sweet Snuggles, it would have been pretty big. I mean, they're pretty decently sized in Premiere. I think I typically sell them for $35. Yeah, I think I do. November was my first time bringing this particular pattern to the market, and I sold out of both of them, and I had already made 2, but I wanted to have an extra set of them just in case they sold, just because I don't really have a lot of foxes or wolves at my table. So I have these 2 guys. Now I did go ahead and start to make all of the bunnies. This is a no-sew pattern by Kaylee Crochet, I believe. I pattern tested this pattern last year. It has consistently sold really well for me at markets, so I've just continued to do this. I believe I also sell these for $35. So I think I had written down that I was gonna make 5 for my next market. I have this one right here, and then I also have a lavender one, so I still need to make probably 3 more, 2 more. I am just trying to be a little bit careful about what patterns I'm doing and what yarns. I've mentioned this in some of my vlog type videos, but I've been trying to be a little smarter about what Sweet Snuggles they use for which patterns, just because of the fact that you can't really get Sweet Snuggles that much anymore. And I've been trying to use like Premiere and Hobby for a lot of my pattern testing, so I'm just trying to be a little bit smart and use certain colors. So I'll probably make the bunnies in some other kind of like off shade color, maybe like a light blue. I need to just look at what I still have left to decide what colors I'm still gonna do. I believe I have a light gray one left over from last year, so I'll probably do colors and everything, and I think I need to make a brown one. I was starting to make a brown one, but let me tell you, the Sweet Snuggles or the Chanel Home Slim that I was using literally went from like velvet yarn, thin as could be, to like the thickest yarn I've ever crocheted with. I'm pretty certain they gave me like Chanel Home, not the slim version. Whoa, it was crazy. So it was so painful to crochet with. So I'll have to revisit that and figure out what I'm gonna do there, but I have these 2 bunnies at least done. I have one of these baby flamingos done. Now I need to make like, oh gosh, 4 more, I believe, I have written down because I have none of these. Some stores were needing them, but then I was like, well, I'm gonna be leaving anyway. I'm not gonna really stress myself out about making them. I do have one of them, but I'll probably make 4 more. I think I had written down 5. I always just like to have a lot of each item because in my mind, like if I only sell 2 of these and I have 3 left over, then I don't have to make any more for the next market, and especially since I have time right now. I really try and take advantage of time when I have it, just because with how my life is and with the big project coming up and with also running a horse facility in another barn, honestly, I just never know what my day is gonna look like. It's just all over the place half the time. So I have the rest of these guys are just small items, some like random things. So I have 1 purple turtle. This is because I only needed to make 1 purple turtle. I have pretty much all of my like what I want to make written down. So a lot of times I will just, when I'm like deciding what I want to crochet for the day, if I don't have something in particular, then I will typically choose the things with the smallest amount first. Like if I see I gotta make like 1 purple turtle, I'm probably gonna just make that 1 purple turtle opposed to if I have to make like 5 pink turtles. I don't know. The satisfaction of checking something off is, I wish I could show you my trees. Actually low-key scary. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you can see them though. No, you guys really can't see them. I almost put my horses outside, but it is so wet because of the storms, but I'm so happy I didn't because they would be going crazy. They hate the wind. I'm just hoping no trees fall. And this is the one problem with having trees, guys. You get like twitchy when it comes to wind and storms because it's like I'm surrounded by trees, literally. I'm in a woods. That's fun. So let's continue on. I don't remember what I was saying. I have 1 of the little elephants. Oh, actually, I think the previous video, I might have crocheted some elephants. I'm not certain because that was so long ago, but I know I just had to do 1 more to get up to, I think I had written down 6 or 8. Now, I'm pretty certain I'll be having some elephants come back from some of the stores, so I definitely should not have to worry about making any more elephants for a little bit at least. And then I have some axolotl colors. I just needed to make some of them again. So the first color I have for you guys is this blue and ice green one. So I just had to make 2 of them to get back up to 6. Axolotls for me, there was like 1 or 2 markets they sold really well and then they haven't, and I just think it's because they're such a generic animal that I feel like everybody makes axolotls, and there's so many different styles of axolotl patterns and stuff to choose from, so I think the options are just like really vast. So I almost didn't continue making axolotls, and I did end up deciding, I was like, well, I'll just have them, but I'm not gonna make a lot of colors and I'm not gonna make like a ton, so 6 is kind of what I'm going for like the axolotl numbers. I will say probably out of all the axolotls, the pinks are, I think, probably my best color like in terms of selling, so I had to remake all of them. So I have 6 of the pink with the hot pink, and let me tell you guys, the pink from Sweet Snuggles Light is atrocious. It has been atrocious for a long time. I feel like that was the first color in the it's like Bluebird, Royal Blue, whatever, that I noticed the quality difference, and it is so bad. I have been trying to avoid crocheting a lot of pink things because it is extremely painful to crochet with. Like, I am in agony when I crochet with pink from Sweet Snuggles Light. So I did at least get those guys done, but I would say what normally would take me like 45 minutes ended up taking me like an hour and a half just because it was like that painful. I don't know what's going on the hood. I have 2 light blue whales, just working on trying to get back up to 6, and then I have 2 purple whales, same thing. I don't think I need to make any more whales. I think those were the last whales I needed to make. Whales aren't a big seller for me. They're a cheap item, so I do at least try and keep some in stock just because they are an item that's easier to justify for some people spending that much money. What I have left, I have 5 mallards. So here's 3 of them. I have 6 mallards. My God, I can't count today. Here are the last 6. So I have 6 mallards in total. I had some left over from before, so I'm thinking I'm at 8. But mallards do tend to be one of the better sellers for me, so I just still have to make the roosters from that collection. I have already made the chicks and everything. This will be the mallards, and then I'll just make the roosters. I have these little pop-up octopus, so I made these right now. I already had one of these in this particular color, so I made another one, and then I made 2 light blue and then 2 purple of those. I am gonna make a lot more. I think my plan is to make enough to fill like a little bin or like a little basket, and I'm making them out of parfait. These will be probably, well, I know they will be the cheapest item that I have, which is why I was thinking if I make a bin and everything, keep them all in there, lots of colors, people can choose which ones they like the best. They're really quick to make, like they're nothing crazy, and I'm trying to have like maybe 1 more $10 item, maybe 2. I just need to like kind of look and see what patterns fall into that realm, because typically if I'm gonna have something at $10, it needs to be like no color changes, not a lot of stuffing, no really big rounds. So it's a little bit difficult for me to find them without doing like ordinary stuff. Like I wanted to do the little mushy pop ones. I just lost power. Rip row! I'm telling you, feel like we're gonna have problems. I'll have to go out and check on my horses soon. They probably are absolutely hating this wind. But I'm trying to remember what I was saying. So yeah, Octopops. Who would have thought? But that's pretty much everything I have for you guys. I mean, so sorry I'm staring at the trees half the time. I feel like, I mean, you guys see my power go out. Other fun, exciting things will happen today. Hopefully nothing. I absolutely hate excitement. And my Wi-Fi is gone. Cute, fun. Very fun. Very fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Nothing crazy. These what I crocheted in week videos are just a lot of the normal small items. And then if you guys are interested in seeing the pattern testing that I've been doing, you can either check out my weekly studio vlogs, because I usually have my patterns. You can also check out the monthly recaps. The January one is up. The February one will be out at the end of the month, since I still have patterns to test, and at my rate I'll probably have even more also added on. You know, it's just I can never keep track of things, to be honest. So I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!